All right, what is going on, guys? Let's see if okay. So we're streaming here. Let's see here. Okay, got that. All right, ladies and gents. Looks like we're streaming. I think. I hope. Perfect. Max broadcast length is 8 hours. Perfect. I think we're gonna use all 8 of them. Hello. Ashley is a star. She just passed us. Anyway, good to see everyone. Looks like we are up on YouTube and up on Facebook, so that is good. Hopefully this stays nice and smooth. So anyway, hopefully you all have an amazing day. I'm going to give it maybe 10 seconds or so, and then we're going to jump into today's information. So today, you're going to be looking at me a lot today, but today that's okay because I'm beautiful. We're going to be going over something really, really important. And if you take care of this, if you do this, your life's going to be a lot easier. If you don't follow what I'm going to tell you, your time using funnel, or using Facebook ads, I should say, for funnel is going to be really hard and really, really horrible. So most likely, one of your traffic sources that you're going to be using for your funnels is Facebook ads. I mean, if you're using any of our products, or I shouldn't say that. If you're using a couple of our products, we definitely use Facebook ads as a big traffic source for ourselves, for our team. It's a traffic source that you're probably going to use as of right now. It still produces probably the highest ROI. So they are getting more expensive, no doubt. But if you write them well, you target them correctly, you can still get really, really good cost per lead, exactly where you need them to be. And you can still get them very much approved. However, if you don't abide by certain things I'm going to talk to you about today, you're going to get your ads denied. You potentially get your ad account shut down, and not be able to run ads again without doing some really super ninja backflips. And you trust me, you don't want to go through that. So I'm going to go through, first of all, what to do to get your ad approved. Secondly, I'm going to talk about what to do when your ad is disapproved, and what to do to make sure that you continue to get ads approved. So wherever you're at in your journey right now, if you are very early on and you haven't necessarily written an ad yet, definitely listen to this, because I'm going to talk to you about certain language that you should be using in your ad that will help you get approved the first time. If you are far down the line and you have maybe getting some ads approved, some denied, I'm going to hopefully shed some light on this today to help you stay out of the doghouse with Facebook. Okay, so I think we'll preface this by saying I would say 60 to 70% of the ad review process inside of Facebook is probably legit. The other 30 to 40% is not that they're lying or being deceitful, but what I mean by that is there are probably 30 to 40% of the time that you are doing everything according to the rules, but you're still getting your stuff denied because of an ad review problem. And I'll talk about that here in a moment. But I just want to let you know that this is not, it's an art and a science. Okay, most of it should be all a science, but unfortunately it's not, because you have human reviewers that are reviewing your ads. So first and foremost, what I want to do is I want to edify. I want to edify Lisa. Lisa Brugger, I think that's how you say your last name, Lisa. But anyway, I want to say just thank you, Lisa, for your consistent activity in the group. You've been very, very active in this particular group for, at least a couple months, if I'm remembering correctly. And really, really pumped for you, because when you're active in the group, number one, it's the best place to ask us questions. Like obviously we have different groups for pieces of our team, but if you want to ask questions here, like we get hit up all the time on Facebook, on Instagram, and all these other places, like asking questions, and like most of the time we never answer them because we can't take things from these millions of different places. But when people put them in the place that we designed them for, like in this group, like that's where we can really be active and involved and answer some of these questions and stuff. So Lisa, thanks so much for your activity. We're really, really pumped for you, because I know you've been putting a lot of work lately. I know that you have been building your funnel or continuing to rebuild it even after taking some critique and stuff like that. So I'm really, really pumped for you, Lisa. So nice job. Also, Tom Coyle, for posting one of your questions in the group. You posted in one of our other groups, but you posted in the group nonetheless. And so just want to thank you for putting the question in there, because then number one, again, that's where we're most active. But number two, other people can benefit from your question. So actually, a question from Tom Coyle is what prompted this particular live training here today. So thanks so much, Tom, for putting that in the group and for allowing us to answer this question here now. So Tom basically submitted an ad and it got denied. Facebook sent him a denial saying it was because of his landing page, like the language in his landing page. So that's where this all stemmed from. We're going to touch on that, of course. Let's start at the very beginning. The first thing that you need to do when you set up your ads for Facebook is set up a business manager. In our products that we do Facebook ad training, if you purchase our Facebook ads masterclass, if you purchase Rebel's recruiting system, if you purchase Free Before Freedom at one point in time, whatever the case is, whenever we teach on Facebook ads, the first thing we have you do is set up a business manager, and we walk you through that step by step. Obviously, this is not a masterclass format, so we're not going to be walking you through, an hour-long thing right now. But if you search online how to set up a Facebook ads business manager, you're probably going to get some sort of a decent walkthrough on how to do that. You're going to set up a business manager so that your ad account is housed within a business. Okay, you don't want your ad account linked to your, it's going to be linked to your personal page in some fashion, but you don't want it to be directly linked to it. You want Facebook to view you as a legitimate business, not as some random Joe Schmo running ads from their personal page. If you have it like a disconnect, think of it almost like an LLC, right? If you have it slightly disconnected, Facebook will look at you more like a business. They're going to give you more leeway and grace because you're trying to actually build yourself like a business. That's number one. Number two is, as soon as humanly possible, they changed the rules recently, so I don't know the exact number, but as soon as humanly possible, you want to set up multiple ad accounts. If you don't have a business manager set up, you can't do that. So the first thing that you need to do, set up a business manager. Once you start running some ads, every like $100 that you spend or so, like literally every $100 that you spend, go in and try to set up a new ad account. Once again, we talk about all this in our classes, but I'm telling you right now, go learn how to set up a new ad account. So go into your business manager, set up a new ad account. In the beginning, it's not going to let you because you haven't spent enough money to like earn more ad accounts. It didn't used to be that way, but now it is. I think it's probably between like $500 and $1,000 or something. Once you earn that ability to set up new ad accounts, set up as many as it will let you. Now I think there's a limit of 5 until you spend like a bunch of money. Set up all 5 ad accounts, and you want those there as backups. Okay, so set up like as many ad accounts as you possibly can as backups, so that in case you ever get one shut down, you've got more to revert to. All right, that's very, very, very important. This, we had to do this like for ourselves. One time we got an ad account incorrectly shut down. Actually, like 3 of them incorrectly shut down, and they got brought back up, but in the meantime, like they were shut down, so I had to use like the backup of the backup to go ahead and run with those. So you definitely want to do this. Okay. Once you start, like in the beginning, you're only going to have one ad account, and you can't get more than one. So you're going to start with one. So now we're going to dive into what to do with the actual ads themselves. First thing you need to do is read the Facebook ad guidelines and understand them thoroughly. So if you just Google Facebook ad guidelines, you'll immediately find it. It's probably, 10 pages. And most of it is like it's kind of like when you take the driving test, and it's like, well, if you see an old lady, do I run her over or not? Clearly, no. So most of the information in the guidelines is a very duh factor. But there's going to be stuff in there that is not a duh factor. And that's the stuff that you want to pay attention to. I'm going to kind of give you some overarching principles of the guidelines right now. First of all, don't make any claims or promises of any kind. Hopefully that's obvious. If it's not, don't do it. That'll get the ad denied for sure. Second thing is, let's say you're promoting, in this case, if you're promoting anything to do with money making, you gotta be careful. And anything to do with losing weight, you gotta be really careful, which is basically a lot of network marketing. So most network marketing companies are making money, or you're doing some sort of health benefit in a lot of cases. So if you're doing either of those, you gotta be super, super careful, and you don't ever want to say something like, here's how you can make $5,000, or here's how you can lose 10 pounds. You don't want to say any of that stuff. You don't want to never say here's how you can do something. You can still say the same type of phrase or get the same type of emotion out, but you flip it and say, here's how I did it. So here's how I made $5,000. That's okay, because you're not saying that, you're not making a claim for them. You're saying, here's how I did it. Now, obviously don't say anything that's not truthful. But if I say, here's how I made $5,000 last week, last month, whatever, that's fine. Here's how I lost 85 pounds last week, fine. So if you keep as much as you can in the story format if you need to make claims like that. Also, if you say something like, here's how my friend did it, that's also okay. Well, theoretically it's okay. They might deny you, but it is, by their guidelines, it's okay. So this is why copy is so important, because a lot of people, when I first started in the ads agency, a lot of people would write ads like, weight loss ad. One of my first, I think actually our first client was a weight loss client, and it was, obviously difficult. And I wanted to promote using this guy's like weight loss system and formula and stuff, and I had to learn this by doing this. Like, this is how I did X, Y, Z. This is how I lost 85 pounds without counting calories. But if you don't know that the way I just said it, like, your brain doesn't go to that. Your brain goes to you, because I'm trying to sell something. So here's how you can lose tons of weight without counting calories. Immediately denial. Here's how you can make money from home. Denied. Also, Facebook doesn't allow a few things. They don't allow you to promote a home-based business. Nice. They also don't allow you to promote a network marketing company. Awesome. So how do you promote anything to do with network marketing if you can't promote a network marketing company or home-based business? You don't promote them. So this is the kind of the secret, if you will. If you promote a network marketing company, it's an immediate denial. So you can't, if you're in World Ventures, for instance, I'm just making a company up, you can't promote World Ventures. If you are in Amway, you can't promote Amway. You're going to get denied like immediately. The second thing you can do is promote a home-based business. So if you definitely don't say, here's how to make money from home. That used to not be the case. It used to be fine. So for instance, we have ads running that say like blah, 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 blah from home. And they got approved a year and a half ago, and they're still approved today. Now, my guess is they'll get denied someday, but as of right now, they're approved. So as of now, today, you can't promote anything like you don't want to say like, here's how you make money from home. You'll probably get it denied. So how do you actually do it? You promote something that has to do with network marketing that is not your business. For instance, we have a webinar that teaches people about network marketing. We promote the webinar that teaches people about network marketing. And you see what I just did there? We have a perfect MLM script. Now we can promote the script. That's totally fine. Now I'm going to get into a couple things. That's why I kind of stopped myself. There's a few things that we have to navigate a little bit. The point is, you can't promote the business, but you can promote the thing that teaches people about the business. You can promote the webinar that teaches people about the business. Now, in the webinar, if your sole purpose is slinging your opportunity, you're going to have to be real careful, because now you're kind of breaking their rules, and they'll probably find out someday. So your best bet is to do something like we've talked about a million times and create an offer and promote a piece of your offer. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to use my Perfect Retention Secrets course as my hook, as my bait. I could write an ad that says, like, are you sick of all of your downline quitting, ? This course, the information in this course helped me get a 95% retention rate year over year. Click here for more info. So I'm promoting a course, right? That course is, it's teaching you about network marketing, but it's not promoting a network marketing opportunity. So I can promote my course. Make sense? So promote your course. Next is trigger words. Avoid trigger words. So the list is different depending on who you listen to. Also, nobody truly has this list. It's just trial and error. Hey, when I say this, Facebook usually denies me, that kind of thing. So you can search online for a list of trigger words. But here's a kind of blanket statement. Anything that feels spammy probably is a trigger word. Anything where you're trying to elicit too much of a response, like comment here, like this, share this, probably going to be close to a trigger word. Anything that promotes a direct sale generally is not a trigger word, but it's going to hurt you in the algorithm. And when I say the algorithm, it's basically a fancy term for the code that Facebook uses in the back end to decide how efficiently your ad gets posted to people. They call it served, ad served to someone. If you are on the good side of the algorithm, you're going to get a lot of reach for a little money. If you're on the bad side of the algorithm, you're going to get low reach for a lot of money. No one wants to be there. Some interesting things can happen if you use trigger words. Sometimes you can use trigger words get the ads approved, but you're penalized. And again, Facebook doesn't tell you any of this. You just have to do this by spending billions of dollars and figuring it out. So I'm trying to tell you now. If you have some of these trigger words in there that somehow get approved, Facebook basically penalizes you by giving you less reach for more money. So for instance, we have ads that at one point in time pulled in $5 cost per lead, and now they're pulling in $20 cost per lead. No change. I go run the ad on a different ad account, and it goes poof. It goes really well. What's the difference? Nothing. It's just a different ad account. It's like they're penalizing that ad account because of abundance of trigger words being used in that ad account over time. So you want to avoid anything that feels spammy, anything that feels like direct sale, anything that you're trying to elicit a direct response action, which kind of sucks because we're in direct response marketing, but it doesn't matter. If you get your marketing good enough, it doesn't even matter. So whatever. One thing that I have noticed is, this is really stupid, I'm going to jump in this in a second, but anything if you have any dollar signs in your ad, generally not good. So for instance, if you write like, literally, here's how I lost $5,000. Like, you're not making a claim, you're not making any sort of claim that they can make any money, you're literally saying, here's how I lost $5,000. For a reason that I'll explain in a second, Facebook will look at that most likely and be like, oh, trigger word, denied, or they're going to be like, we don't like that, push it kind of towards the bottom of the algorithm. Not good. So if you can, avoid anything that has to do with like any sort of dollar values. All right. That brings me into the ad reviewers, which is kind of that 40% that I talked about. So remember I said like 60% of this is probably scientific and 40% is like art. This is the art part, which it's stupid that this even exists, but it just is what it is, and it's becoming, I'm not going to lie, it's becoming a little bit more annoying over time. However, it seems that their appeal process has become better. Here's what I mean. So when you submit an ad on Facebook, it goes into ad review. And a human, well, first of all, a computer looks at it, and if you hit any of their big bad trigger words, they're going to deny it. Like, make $5,000 this month from home. That's going to get denied by a computer. Assuming that you didn't do that, and you are seemingly legit, a human being is going to read your ad and approve or deny it. I have no evidence of what I'm about to share with you, but I have a lot of experience doing this with our ads and lots of our teams and clients' ads to feel that what I'm about to tell you is probably for sure accurate. When your ad goes into review, it doesn't go to a native English speaker. There's nothing wrong with that, except for the fact that they don't speak native English. So, that's actually really funny. So, when your ad gets read, a lot of times it's taken away out of context. So in a business like we're in, where you're kind of skating the line of like Facebook legal or not, they're going to play on the safe side because they don't want to lose their job, and they're going to deny stuff a lot. So what they can do is, like, let's say you write an ad that says, join my free webinar and I'll teach you how to sell your company's products in your business. By the way, I'm not going to charge you $10,000. Click here for more information. What they'll do, very likely, is be like, $10,000, income claim denied. They didn't read anything. I'm not going to charge you $10,000, and they are going to deny it. Or if, like, we have our webinar, it's called the MLM Rebels webinar. Awesome. So we, like, in our ad, like, the ad's gotten approved at this point probably hundreds of times just by us alone. Then it's probably been approved, I don't know, hundreds of more times by a downline, right? Over all the ads that they're submitting. So this ad has been approved a lot for the MLM Rebels webinar, and it still gets denied by some members. Why? Because it says MLM in it. It literally says MLM. They're promoting a webinar, teaching someone how to build a business online. It just says MLM and they deny it. Why? Because it says MLM. So, but if you read it, it's clearly not promoting an MLM company. So that's really annoying because they're denying it without actually reading it. When you spend a lot of money on Facebook, you get a Facebook rep eventually. We've had a bunch of reps over the past couple of years, and most of them are semi-helpful. One of them actually was. And one time I talked to him and I said, hey man, I'm having this denial problem, with like a bunch of ads, it's getting really annoying, can you help me? He says, sure. He looks at it and he's like, oh, that's why it's getting denied. I said, what do you mean, why? Like, why? Why tell me? He's like, well, right there, you're making an income claim. He says, and this guy's not from around here. And I'm like, what do you mean an income claim? He's like, it says $15,000. It's like, dude, literally the phrase is, and no, I'm not some coach charging you 15 grand. That's what my ad said. And he's like, an income claim. I was like, that's the opposite of an income claim. That's like double opposite, bro. And he wasn't fully getting it. He's like, yeah, but it's an income claim. I was like, no, I'm stating in the ad that I'm not charging 15 grand. Nor am I saying that anyone will make 15 grand. 15 grand has nothing to do with anything. He's like, yeah, but it's an income claim. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. So like, this was like first-hand experience. This dude, he was a rep, but he said like he knew people in the ad review team, and he was like, yeah, well, either way, that's how they're going to view it, and that's why it's getting denied. Like, so you're telling me that they're not reading these things anyway? I mean, I already had the suspicion. This happened just a few months ago. I already had a suspicion for years, and he didn't really answer that. So I'm telling you, it's not stated anywhere, but that's kind of how the system works. When a stupid denial like that happens, which definitely happens, you can appeal it. If your ad is legit, you'll probably win the appeal. I don't know who the appeals go to, but it seems that they go to someone a little higher up, which is good. Now, a couple things in the appeal process. Number one, many people get their stuff appealed and won. So it's a very, very good process, or very good option, not necessarily a good process. Very good option. Where's my notes on this? Okay. First of all, is be nice. The first thing you got to remember is that it's an employee at Facebook reviewing your stuff. It's not Mark Zuckerberg, it's not the owner, it's an employee. They want to keep their jobs, and now the safe side of keeping their job is denying it. So, number one, be nice to them. What you don't want to do is piss them off and then shut your account down. So be nice to them and keep their best interest in mind. Their best interest is keeping their job, and two, it's making the best user experience. Remember this, Facebook doesn't need my money or your money or any of our money. If the whole network marketing community vanished tomorrow, Facebook would probably barely feel anything. Okay, I mean, Google and Facebook, both of them, have shut entire industries down because they didn't like them anymore. They don't care about our money, so just realize that. Realize the fact that if you come at them saying, I'm trying to do business with you, or anything like to that effect, they do not care at all. They are Facebook's one of the most valuable companies on the planet. They don't care about your $20 a day, or my, you know what I'm saying? They don't care about our spend. They don't even care about this entire industry spend. So realize that, number one. That being the case, their main goal is to protect the user experience. The guy that's sitting on his toilet scrolling on Instagram, that's their user. Their goal is to protect his experience so that he continues to spend more time on Facebook regardless of whatever they say. Oh, we're trying to get more people off of Facebook. I don't know. Maybe. But the point is, they're trying to protect him. And if they feel that your ad is detracting from his experience or her experience, they're going to deny your ad. Or they're going to write a guideline that denies your ad. One of the two. So realize that their best interest is to protect the user experience. So keep that in mind. Let them know that I want to help you create the best user experience inside of Facebook. I am willing to do whatever I need to do to change to make sure this abides by guidelines, and I apologize if I accidentally broken the guidelines. I have thoroughly reviewed the Facebook ad guidelines. You want to say that, because the first thing they're going to have you do is review stuff. I have thoroughly reviewed the Facebook ad guidelines, and I believe this should be approved because XYZ. Because I'm not actually promoting an MLM company, I'm promoting a training webinar teaching people in the industry how to build a business. Very simple, very kind, direct, and also open, saying that you're willing to change if you actually did make a mistake. We've got a couple gals on our team that are incredibly good at pushing these appeals through, to the point where they could probably charge money to get people's ads approved. So if they're listening, you probably know who you are. And actually, I took a lot of inspiration from them, because at one point in time, the appeal process kind of sucked. And it didn't actually get you any results. And then they started getting some of their appeals approved, and then I was like, well, I'll try to appeal a few things as well. And lo and behold, some of my ads that have been turned off for 500 years, I reappealed them, and they got approved. So the appeal process does work. Just make sure that you are courteous and do some of those things that I mentioned. Sound good? All right, cool. So is there any questions specifically about this, actually? Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's a good question. Okay. I actually meant to cover that, so thank you. Whoever asked that, thank you. So language on landing pages is the other reason your ads can get denied. So basically every rule I just stated, all the Facebook ad guidelines apply to your ad, the picture, and the landing page. So the page that someone goes to when they click on the ad. If the language is, if anything that shouldn't be on the ad is on the landing page, they're going to deny it. So change that. Now, remember what I said about the 60-40 split. Everything could be perfect, including your landing page, and it can still get denied because of the stuff I explained earlier. So just realize that if you got an ad denied, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything you did was wrong, or that you did something wrong. You may not have. You could have just ran into the situation that I just explained. So if you think you're right, appeal it kindly. I would suggest, however, really making sure that you're right? Diving into your landing page. What am I saying here? Am I being honest, right? Or am I being honest? But yeah, if you're being honest, am I following the right rules, right? The other thing you want to do is make sure that you have privacy policy, terms and conditions, and contact on your landing page. If you don't have that, you're going to get denied. So what that means, if you scroll to the bottom of any website, it's privacy policy, terms and conditions, and contact. You can click on those and they'll take you somewhere and show you those things. Make sure those are on your landing page or your stuff's going to get denied for sure. It's not that hard to build. Just go ahead and build a new web page with whatever web page thing you're building and go put in some stuff from some legal place. And that's it. So everything that comes from, that talks about the ad is also true on the landing page. Once again, trigger words apply. So sometimes, like, we have a landing page that we use for a lot of our team, similar copy. And I think it talks about, I forgot the actual headline at this point, but I think it says attention network marketers. Something like how to make like X dollars doing this and this and this. Sometimes that could be like, that could trigger an initial denial, but it's been approved hundreds of times. So it's actually fine, it's just it triggers someone, right? So that one, if someone got denied on like one of our landing pages and they're using like really similar copy to someone else that got approved, most likely that just got denied incorrectly and it can be appealed, most likely. Anything else? Nope? Okay, sweet. All right, well, if you have any more questions about this, leave them in the comments down below. I'm going to cover something for about 5 minutes or so, and so if you leave any more comments or questions, I will try to get to them before we jump off. What I want to leave you guys with is 4 habits that you should have to grow your business. This works if you are building the business offline or online. Because right now I just talked to you about some really intricate, stuff with Facebook ads. If you don't do the things I'm about to say, all the crap I just talked about with Facebook ads doesn't matter anyway. So there's 4 things you need to do on a consistent basis to build your business. Work, listen, associate, and change your buying habits. These are the 4 things. If you do those 4 things consistently, you'll probably get results in whatever company you're in, doing whatever method you're doing. In 80% of the cases. If you're doing a bad strategy in a bad company, nothing's going to work. Or one of those is bad. First one is work. This comes down to showing your business presentation. This can either be online or offline. I would highly recommend you showing your presentation at least 5 times a week in some fashion. If you want more information on this, there is a podcast series that we did called the 9 Core Steps, probably 5 episodes ago, and we just got through step 6 today. So listen to the 9 Core Steps, and I go into each one of these more in depth. Same type of stuff, just different names, 4 habits, 9 steps, whatever. First one is work, showing your business presentation. Okay, so this can either be doing warm market strategies, this can be doing cold market strategies, this can be building online. We do believe in doing a variation of both. However, we put a lot more emphasis, of course, in building with like real business strategies, because you have a good funnel running. 5 presentations is a freaking joke. So show your presentation. That's work. let's talk about that for one more second. As an overlying principle for these 4 habits, realize that anything that you do to your team, your downline is going to do to you. So if you tell your upline you're going to show 5 presentations this week and you don't show 5 ever, like your downline is going to do the same to you if you ever get one. Additionally, anything that I put into the ground, sowing and reaping, I'll reap it back. So if I call it karma, whatever, if I put in 20% effort, my downline is probably going to put in 20% effort. A really good question to ask yourself at all times is, if I had 1,000 people duplicating exactly what I'm doing, would I be excited or would I be upset? If you would not be full-blown, hair on fire excited, fix whatever you're not excited about inside of your team, your theoretical team, and then you'll get a team. You don't get what you want, you get what you attract. Or excuse me, you get what you are. So you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. So if you want a big team of a bunch of people doing work, don't hope for it. Don't sit there and use the vibrational energies to get it. Go do it. Be it. And you'll get it. Work. Number 2 is listen. Listening refers to 2 things. 1, listen to training, motivational podcasts, leadership podcasts, marketing podcasts every single day. Second piece is listen to your coach, whoever your coach is. Be it if it's your upline, fantastic. If you're getting your coaching from us, fantastic. Whatever the case is, make sure that your coach has what you want, and make sure that you do what your coach is telling you to do. Mentorship doesn't start when you agree with your mentor. It starts when your mentor tells you to do something and you disagree with and do it anyway. The exception to that is if you've been following your mentor for 10 years and you don't have the results that you want, and you're doing everything that they're saying, then you can disobey the mentor. But in the beginning, don't. Listen to what they say. Work, listen, associate. Number 3. Associate around your team. Get in physical proximity if possible. Definitely get in virtual proximity at the very least. Get around them every single week or more. We don't become what we want, we become who we hang out with. The biggest thing Ashley and I missed when we were traveling around different parts of the world, and we're going to miss again because we're about to leave to Europe for about 4 to 6 months, but the biggest thing that we missed overseas was association. That's actually why we're here in Southern California, not because we do like it, but we were either be here or we'd be in Chicago. We were in Texas for a month and a half. We have very little connections out there, and it was okay. It wasn't that great. We like it here, not because the beach is right there, that's nice, but because the people here. We know a lot of people here and people that stretch us. And you don't have to go very far in Southern California to find someone who's making a lot more money than you and more successful than you. But we expand to where our environment is, we shrink down to where it is. So associate with your team regularly, number 1. Number 2, go to your destination events. Realize this, the size of the decision that you make about your business, or your downline makes about their business, is in direct proportion to the size of the event that they're at. So, if the biggest event that your downline has been to is a Zoom call with 4 people on it with you, their belief is only so big. But if they've been to a 10,000 person conference for your company, their belief just got a lot bigger. If your downline's goal is to make $100 a month or $500 a month to supplement their Uber expenses or driving, they don't probably need to go to a destination event. You can make $500 doing pretty easy stuff. If their goal is to make 6 figures and be free and quit their job, they're going to have to go through a lot more crap, a lot more time to hit that goal. They need to increase their belief. Their belief is in direct proportion to what? The size of the event that they've attended. Go to your destination event. If you don't go, how do you promote someone to go? Oh, I'll go when I have a team. Oh, that's a good one. So when your team gets in and they say, hey, John, I want to go to this RX event, or excuse me, I shouldn't have said that. That's your company's name. I want to go to your company event, but I'll go when I have a team. Hey, John, what did you, and then you say, hey, well, why don't you just go now? Well, wait, what did you do when you had no one on your team? Did you go to your company's event? Oh, no, I waited till you got in. Nice. True leadership. Leadership is spelled E-X-A-M-P-L-E, not do what I say. Work, listen, associate. Last one is change your buying habits. 99% of you are in a business where you can personally use the products month after month, your own company's products. Clearly, you should be selling them too. But before you sell them, you have to use them. You're going to have, let me ask you a question. How good is your success story going to be with your weight loss products if you bought them the first month you got started and you haven't bought them for 6 months and haven't used them? How good is your transformational story? What's the easiest way to sell a product? bang on doors, or is it to drop 90 pounds? And then people are like, holy crap, what did you do? Tell that to one of our guys, Hannibal. He did this completely without us, by the way. He got on the products, he lost 80-something pounds in like a few months, sponsored 108 people his first year, personally sponsored 100 people his first year in business. That was because he had a transformational story from what? Using the product's personal use. Not only that, but it keeps you in qualification so that you can make money off of your team. Once again, if you had 10,000 people on your team, they're all duplicating exactly what you do. Are you excited about that? You have to be what you want now with 0 people on the team before you can get something later. So if your total volume is 1 PV and you say, I'll do 100, I'll do 1,000 when I've got a team of 1,000, you'll never get 1,000 because no one's going to want to follow that. Who do you want to follow? The guy or the girl that says, hey, come on guys, let's go take over, let's go do that. And as soon as we get like 3 more people here, we'll start going. Yeah. Are you going to follow that person, or are you going to follow the person that says, you know what, I'm going right there. I'm going all the way. In fact, I'm doing everything it takes to get all the way right there. I'm going right now. Who's coming with me? Which one are you following? Exactly. You're following person number 2. Work, listen, associate, change your buying habits. Remember, if I had 1,000 people on my team duplicating every single thing that I do right now, would I be excited? Yes or no? The answer is anything but a resounding yes. Fix whatever it is, then your team will come. Cool? All right, sweet. I'm going to check out, make sure we have no more questions. Oh, geez, I can't go through all this. Okay, I think we... Hannibal, yes, we just talked about you, bro. That's awesome. Anyway, I think we hit everything. So if you have any more questions about this, leave a comment down below. If we can get to it, we can. But obviously, we prioritize people that are live on these calls. So I appreciate you all. Thanks so much for taking the time here today. Love you guys, and see you all next week. Talk to you soon.
Dog. Good job, dog.
Thanks, dog. I'm still on YouTube.
Oh.